The last time we were at the Coliseum, we only had interest in going up to Wave 10 for a disease-free farming patch. Now, it's time to return for a bigger upgrade, the Quiver. The Quiver is the best in slot range cape over Vorkat's backpack. It is rewarded from completing the entire Coliseum, which is arguably the same level of difficulty as the Inferno. I have never done Coliseum on any of my accounts, so this is going to be my first ever Quiver grind. It can go very interestingly. The last time I was here, I was using Ancients for Blood Barrage to heal. However, I have since learned that that is not really a viable method or really worth ever using long term, so we are going to be using Arceus. While I am camping the Arceus spellbook, I am not going to be using Thralls for my first ever completion because it uses too many prayer points. However, this spellbook has Death Charge, which is insanely overpowered for what it can do when properly used here. Each wave in Coliseum has an RNG set of invocations to select. And when I have something like this at my first wave completion, none of these are noob friendly. It's better to just restart until I have a better set. Completing wave 1 at least always gives 80 splinters, which is worth something that I'll get into later. Wave 1, we will always choose Blasphemy, which makes our prayer drain a bit more if we take damage, relatively free compared to other invocations. Myopia is extremely important for us to choose before wave 12. Essentially, we always choose it the first wave we see it. It will make all of our weapons have 2 tiles less of range, and this is an absolute must when using a Noxious Halberd. The final boss is always meleeed, and because we have Myopia, our Halberd won't have the usual safe spot range of attacking 1 tile away. Instead, we will be dragged into the boss when we attack it, similar to any other melee weapon, which is what we want. The reason why we've restarted bad invocations on wave 2 is because when we finally get a good one, the game prioritizes giving that same invocation until it is maxed out, usually at level 3 for most. So locking in something good at wave 2, such as Myopia, means the likelihood of being able to choose that same invocation is higher, and it allows for another free wave where we don't have to choose anything bad. There are only a handful of places in the game where Blood Fury is really good at. However, when it is good, it is insanely good. I managed to pickpocket 2 blood shards before starting this grind, and it allows me to comfortably heal throughout the waves with melee. 44 hit points, Divine Pot's about to run out, which means repotting is going to cost another 20 hit points. What would you do? If I don't repot and save 20 HP, I will not one-hit the Fremies, which means a longer solve, which means more danger there. So the correct answer is to repot and start the wave with 25 hit points. There are specific hard waves in the Coliseum, but wave 4, along with many others, are relatively free. Plus, I can always send a blowpipe spec on the major Fremy for a free 20 hit points. This is what makes Death Charge so good here. Every 1 minute it gives me a free 15 spec energy. Every 50 spec energy I get is a free blowpipe spec. Because you are guaranteed to hit your max hit against the Fremies at the beginning of each wave, there is always a 20 health heal. And if you have 100% spec, you can send it back to back for 40 HP. Look how free this spawn is. I just pray mage back here and kill the major and take 0 damage. It is always worth the T-bow the majors, however, because I am still low HP, I am meleeing in hopes that my Blood Fury can heal me. Having a nice spawn like this with the Ranger and a Manticore is very easy to solve. However, because I am just going for my first completion and I don't care about the time, as long as the Manticore has not seen me yet, I can make this very free. If I run south, I could just camp prey range since the Manticore has the charge, and that way I only have to kill 1 NPC at a time. With how fast paced the Coliseum is, and only being 12 waves long, eventually you get enough of these free spawns in one attempt, and that's how I'm expecting to get my first Quiver. This is wave 5 though. Coming up, wave 6 is arguably one of the hardest waves in the Coliseum. 1 major, 2 rangers, and 1 manticore. Good luck! 2 things spawning south immediately is a bad/rough spawn to solve, especially as a beginner. But it is solvable. That started off so clean, but I just took too long to kill the Fremenix and panicked. The next wave 6 attempt I had, it was a much safer and easier spawn. Simply kill the ranger by itself, then kill the manticore by itself, and then kill the second ranger, which was stuck in the back by itself. We are up to wave 9 out of 12 now. We are getting pretty close, I just need to get lucky on spawns. This is perfect and free, just one manticore to kill, and then the rest of the wave will be easy. The minotaur that spawns mid-wave will simply be trapped behind the pillar. So after killing the manticore plus minotaur, we can simply run south for the last two things alive. Coming up is wave 10, 2 rangers and 2 manticores, another potentially very hard wave. If 2 of something spawns down south, this is going to get very messy. We need good RNG here. I don't really have good indications here, but Dynamic Duo is a good gamble. It will give an extra mage spawn, which I don't even have to worry about next wave, since there's only rangers and manticores. It only affects wave 11 choosing it this late, and we can worry about that when we get there. 1 manticore and 1 ranger on each side of the pillar, and especially south, this is quite literally the worst spawn we could have had. Things are not going to go well. Right now seems clean as I have these in the same cycle, but I'm going to have a major and minotaur spawn on my forehead very soon, meaning I have to run south. With these guys south also being same tick, this was very solvable. However, I took way too long to think to run south, and the DPS was not there. Having killed nothing by the time the major and minotaur spawned are the reason of my death here. Next time, I need to think and click faster. Next attempt, we made it to wave 10 again, and we are forced to take Dynamic Duo. Hopefully our spawn this wave will be a little more generous, so we can reach wave 11 for the first time. Oh my god, yes! Only 1 manticore saw me. This is solvable. I just need to kill the manticore before the major spawns and we will be chilling. Not quite on time, however, RNG was on our side. There's a 50% chance that the minotaur can spawn in front of the major, blocking it from hitting me, and it did. This wave is now solved and free. Again, running south while praying range allows me to place the 2 rangers away from the manticore, that way I can kill things one at a time, stress free. This will be my first time entering wave 11. For the most part, wave 10 is a lot easier than wave 11. However, because I had to choose Dynamic Duo, and have 2 majors next wave instead of the normal 1, we can potentially get screwed by RNG. We need a good spawn. Perfect spawn. 1 manticore on us just like last wave, and then we worry about the rest. Unfortunately, the major was in the front this time, so we had to prioritize praying mage while also not losing track of the manticore. A bit scary, but doable. The minotaur being stuck there is actually very unfortunate. I can't kill the major since he will heal them, so I have no choice but to drag him closer, which will also bring the ranger closer that's stuck far, and charge the manticore. This is going from clean to messy very quickly. Minotaur dead, now we mentally recharge. Being this far away, both mages are hitting me the same tick, and the ranger can't reach me yet. However, because I have Myopia 3, I also can't reach the majors to kill them. But this is fixable. I just need to run closer to the ranger after I get hit by the majors, and then flick between the 2. Now we have a ranger and major who will attack us. We can simply flick these like normal as they will hit on different ticks. Small little misclick there, but now is when we finally use our brews. Running south since I am a coward, and that way I only have to flick the Manticore plus Ranger once. This is it. The next wave is the final boss, our first attempt at owning a Quiver. Oh my god, atrocious gameplay. Thank god I didn't die. I must have wanted to use all my brews before the fight, I guess, cause now I have to sip another whole 4 to 5 doses before it ascends soul. There's no reason not to start with a lot of HP. Anyways, it's final boss time. Volatility is one of the worst invocations, however, when you take it on wave 11, the only enemy that can blow up is soul at the end, so it's pretty free. I just need to remember to move out of the way when he dies. 3,500 Sunfire Splinters as a side reward is also massive. I really hope we don't die here. Good luck. Boss fight here is actually pretty easy and straightforward. He has 2 constant attacks that we simply dodge by going to the side or back 1 or 2 tiles. I also managed to hit my Elder Maul twice, meaning he has 57% less defense, so we should hopefully be able to melt him. Every so often after we deal enough damage, he'll spawn orbs on the floor that we ideally do not want to step on. They won't insta-kill us or anything, but it's important that we remain calm and keep walking back on his attacks without stepping on them. Also, he will occasionally want a piece of my clothing, which I'll have to click to unequip before he attacks. For example, here he's asking about my legs, so I simply click them to unequip and keep hitting him like normal. Whoops, forgot where to click. He will also occasionally charge his spear and hit you 3 times back 3 back, or you have to pray melee the same tick he attacks each time. If you miss by 1 tick, or you're camping pray melee, he will hit you a 30 to 50, however, that's still not necessarily a 1 hit. Oh, and after he's half dead, the 3rd hit on that triple hit ends up being 1 tick longer. So make sure you time that correctly. $36 HP, good luck. Not even close. We did it. Our first ever Quiver and 6,000 Sunfire Splinters, which is insanely good. So now that we have a Quiver, it is uncharged. We need to charge it. The Quiver is charged with Sunfire Splinters, which is why the 6,000 we got is so good. However, we are going to be losing these charges as we use our Twisted Bow. In order to make this Quiver permanent, we need 150,000 of those splinters. More importantly, once we fully charge this Quiver with 150,000, we will be able to add it to our max cape, so we won't have to look at this awful looking backpack thing anymore. The max cape version actually looks very nice. This first Quiver took us 4 attempts since our last time we were here. However, keep in mind, the RNG of bad spawns versus good spawns might be quite punishing. 150,000 splinters is at least 20 more kills. This seems like a good point to end today's video, so as always, I hope you all enjoyed it. Don't forget to leave a like and subscribe, and I will see you all next time. Peace out.